start the lines. I appreciate it. Guys, a round of applause for my co-hosts, Cosmic and Roomba! You stand there. Before we start this, some of you are going to know how this game works. We're going to start this show the same way we always do, and that is with a game called Questions Only. It's very simple. You're going to do a back and forth conversation. First one, then the other, then one, then the other. You guys are going to just have a talk. But during that talk, I want you to speak in only questions. Your goal is to ask 5 questions in a row. Who would like to play? Raise your hand. If your hand is up, come on up to the front of the room. These two are going to start it to show you what's going on. I'm going to point you to what side to go to. You go to that side. This side. That side. That side. Hey, how you doing, dude? That side. This side. We're going to drink this. That side. That side. Both of you. I'm sorry. This side. All right. The goal is to get to 5 questions. Remember, I'm going to tell you early on, no repeats. If they ask a question and you say, what? I'm sorry, you're out. No repeats, just no single word answers. Here's what we're looking for. We're going to just start this off on a high note. A conversation. Gentlemen, show them how to have a conversation in questions only, but before we do that, my friend, where are they? Anywhere in the world, in the universe. Jesus Christ. All right, fat fuckers. Ladies and gentlemen, questions only in a donut shop. We're going to start over here, have a conversation. Go!
Do you have the chocolate glazed this morning?
What do you mean by chocolate glazed?
Do you remember yesterday when I described the donuts that had the icing on them?
Were you the guy that was here yesterday describing the donuts with the icing on them?
Why would you even ask me that?
Why didn't you finish the conversation you were having?
Was I having an actual conversation?
Am I remembering this all wrong?
Are you sure it was you who was working when I was in yesterday?
Was it me actually asking about the chocolate icing donuts?
5 out of 5! All right, notice that wasn't just saying lines, that wasn't just asking questions, they have a conversation. I want you guys to continue that. That's what we're looking for. I will buzz you out. I'm going totally off topic, which I normally do after drinking 4 shots. I drink 5 shots, you're first, go!
Do you have any cream-filled donuts? Do you prefer them creamed or filled with jelly? What brand are they? What kind of brand do you want today?
This is confusing.
We happen to be from Motel 6. Do you happen to be from Motel 6? Repeat!
Sometimes it works.
Yes. Is the cream from Boston?
It's okay.
3, 2, 1.
Guys, I want them both in a round of applause. All right, we're going to stick in a donut shop. Unfortunately, this time we're going to give a little bit of a twist. You run the donut shop. You just found a cockroach in your donut, and that cockroach had a bottle of wine. Go!
What kind of donut shop are you running?
What do you want it to be?
Are you not the owner of this shop?
Am I not the owner? I'm obviously wearing it.
It's close. He gets one, you get one. You understand. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. You guys got
Do
it.
you even know why I'm mad?
Why are you? Oh.
Did you not see the cockroach in my donut?
Don't you like it?
shop, we're going to change it oh so slightly. Oh so slightly. Barely a change at all. You are a patron at a donut shop, and you are an assassin trying to kill him. Go!
Can I get you a twist?
What's that?
Have you not seen the cockroaches everywhere?
Why are they everywhere?
Would you like a little spice on your donut?
Now, when we say spice, what exactly is one in the donut?
Have you ever had a Russian cocktail donut?
Why are you changing the subject?
Would you please come with me to the back room?
Who do you work for? Who sent you?
Do you know Lorraine?
What happened to Lorraine?
Excuse me, you guys want a coffee? Why is this clear?
Do you have any sugar?
You want something sweet, sugar?
Sugar.
Can I make it equal? Do you never come prepared?
Let's all be honest. Sweet. Yeah. Cheers. Stop. Alright, we're gonna change it up a little bit. Barely a change at all. We were at a donut factory, which is a thing. Sure. Good. You run a donut factory, and you're trying to find a sacrifice to throw into a volcano. What the fuck?
I told you to bring a present!
Alright, and as you enter the donut shop, you will be the first line. You are looking for a sacrifice to throw into a Hawaiian volcano. You run a donut shop, you're first. Gentlemen, I love you all to death. Performers, this is not easy. Let's bring it in. Thank you so much. Begin.
Have you seen a ferret in a top hat recently?
Shit.
I don't know. Would you like sacrifice, Jew, chicken, or... I don't know. Would you like to make the sacrifice or not?
Why are you even asking that question?
Why are you even here?
Now, as we all know, sometimes when you're at home having an argument, your child is being a little bastard. Well, then there's only thing to this. You are at a donut shop with your young child.
Sorry about that.
You are at the end of a 27-hour shift. Oh, Father, you're first. Begin.
Do you have any donuts left at all?
Why do you need donuts?
Yeah, but...
If you don't give me a sugar rush, I swear to God, you will think Star Wars was good.
Have you seen this kid?
What is Star Wars?
Ouch.
War. Question mark.
Do you not know how to spell slut?
Whoa.
Danny, how do you spell slut?
We ask your mother later.
Oh my God, are you mommy's special friend?
How do you know about mommy's special friend?
Did you know Daddy can't pleasure anyone? Daddy, what are you doing? Daddy! I'm not done with you, bitch! Daddy, what do you have to say about that in question form?
How about I give you one of my special cocktails and we call it a night?
Why? You spilled coffee on me last time. No, fuck.
Guys, something, has accomplished something, has been a part of an event that was so important that my friends in the background are going to interview him. However, he is not going to know what he did. So I need a volunteer for 1 minute, no more. I'm asking you because you're on the end. Could you escort him outside really fast?
Get the fuck out!
Okay, guys, this one is called Interviewer. We don't do it very often because of, obviously, what I just did, how long it takes to set up.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank our first interviewer. Guys, give it up for... What's your name?
I'm Seth.
That's right. Guys, give it up for Seth. Seth, you have one goal. You have done something extraordinary in your life. I'm warning you right now, the first round are leading questions. They're to test your improvising chops. Make up something. Remember, and this is a piece of advice to every single person in this room, there's only one way that you don't succeed in improvising, and that is silence. Keep going. My friend,
Thank you.
you have a spotlight on you right now. You've done something incredible. My dear, do you have a question for our interviewee?
Seth, can you tell us
yes,
about
yes.
your childhood home?
Well, you see, I grew up in a very small Ohio River Valley home. It was a single main dwelling, one bedroom associated to a single fireplace, no electricity. It was actually pretty primitive.
My friend.
Seth, yes, I'd like to know, how does it feel, on the whole?
On the whole, I could not be more satisfied with how things came out. A very small, humble upbringing. You move yourself into a position where even NASDAQ has a name. Like, this has been honestly a whirlwind, and I was not prepared for this level of success.
I read when we were doing research on you that you really enjoyed baking, and I'm wondering what sort of range you prefer.
Well, baking itself is chemistry. Anytime that I can incorporate a complete combustion reaction to cook on natural propane, I don't mind it. It's a steady, even heat, and it's what Texas would want.
I understand that you actually studied in college for a career that you did not enter. What was that?
Yes, I studied applied philosophy, which I did not realize there was no application.
Round 2, focus your questions. The goal is that he learns something new until the fourth person. You're playing as a team. If he guesses what's going on in the fourth person, you win. If you guess it early, you win. If you don't guess it at all, no one wins. That's how this thing is. You can't guess yet until they talk. Damn it! Okay, your goal is to get them to guess on the fourth person, beginning, my dear Strawberry.
Can you tell us if your gifts can be merchandised?
Well, commodification, honestly, is a theft from the worker. But I do think there is a position for some level of merchandising. Maybe in some kind of aromatic sense. I don't know.
Seth, yes. Hans to myself here. Could you tell me, what is your favorite type of bean?
Good question. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
What is your favorite type of bean?
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 Oh my. I'd have to say it would be Apis mellifera, the honey carrier, or better as the western honeybee. Among the genus Apis, there are actually 4 species. Apis florea, Apis dorsata, Apis mellifera, and Apis serrana.
Wow.
This is going well.
Question. What is your favorite type of bean with an N at the end?
Oh! Well, I mean, dogs are cute.
I personally like porkin.
Go ahead, my friend.
I have to say again, congratulations, and you're looking very very fit since this experience. I wonder, do you have any tips for people who would also like to get ripped?
I mean, every day is legs day. When you try hard and you apply yourself.
Have you been approached by any climate scientists about the greenhouse gas issue?
I fucking hate you guys.
I'm a professional. Bullshit!
Very much so.
So I'm guessing we've satisfied the Earth's energy requirements by the production of methane gas.
Yeah, that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, does he know what's going on?
Yes.
What do you think your area of expertise is?
The production of flatus?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the gentleman in question. Give it up for Andrew! Andrew, we have some people with a question for you. If we can start over here with the Duchess of Strawberry.
Andrew, can you tell us your world geopolitical politics?
Oh, that is a wonderful question, Duchess. I am honored to make your acquaintance this lovely evening. My standard worldview is quite a simple one. Don't be a dick.
Yes, Andrew. Master Baton alone here. First of all, second of all, can you tell me when you travel, do you prefer to be high in a plane or do you prefer to take the train?
Say it a little louder, back to the room.
Do you prefer to be high in a plane or do you prefer to take the train?
Honestly, as a man of refined taste myself, I find the Mile High Club to be among my personal interests.
I feel like you've never joined the Mile High Club, but okay. Next
At the very least, I'm not masturbating alone.
Excuse me!
I thought I saw you on Grindr. Over here, go ahead, my friend.
Oh, Andrew, we've heard so much about your work, and I understand your early work was developed in a backwater bar. Can you tell us something about the joint?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I believe the name of it was 2nd and 11. It's an old kind of seedy sports bar kind of place, nice little dive-in kind of thing. I kind of experimented with the menu, got a bit of popularity, and then Gordon Ramsay showed up and the whole thing exploded.
Yes. If you had to be a vegetarian, what would be your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable? Well, I imagine it'd be all of them because I would be a vegetable.
People in comas.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press corps, if you have any questions to ask a person, now is the time, one at a time. Please don't overtalk each other right here. Ask your question. Thank you for standing.
Hello, yes, Ben Doublestraw. I would like to know if you can walk us through your process so that we can make an educated, informed opinion about it.
Oh, yes, of course. My policy on education would be basically sort of a refined breakdown of the entire system, rebuild it in something that actually makes some goddamn sense, and probably smack about the idiots trying to ruin the whole goddamn system.
That's an answer. One back, so that's my gentleman here with the beard. Yes, come on up. Stand.
Excellent. Oliver, close off here. Would you say this was an acute condition or had a chronic manifestation?
It's taking a dark turn. I'm afraid that this has been a more lifelong developmental process. It has been a long time coming, but I stand firm and proud today.
Before I continue to the next question, do you know what feat you have achieved in your life.
I am assuming some sort of public display of me masturbating, a la the guy from.
That was me.
No, that's fine. I want to remind everybody, what you just did is totally fine because I didn't say anything. Improv is about succeeding 1 out of every 4 times. It's not boo.
Sorry.
It's a smile with a thumbs down. Because that's a good guess because you're all perverted motherfucker! Tonight we are improvisers. Tonight we love each other. Guys, we're all on the same team tonight. Let's get him to the final goal. Right over here in the back. Yes, my friend. Yes. Yes. Go ahead, ask his question.
Yes, Hugh Jess here. Would you say that your studies could be applied to other fields?
I'm not sure, like most modern developments, we can be sort of a multidisciplinary kind of thing, being straight into physics, biology, mathematics. Possibilities are endless.
Last question from the press corps. We're going back over to you guys. I want one more question from the press corps. I haven't seen anyone in the back yet. Oh, you? Go right ahead, my friend. Bring it in. Go again.
When having conversations with troubled teachers, do you always give them the advice that the grass is always greener?
Answer the question.
I suppose that would be a very fine response given the particular circumstances. I'd like to think that it would be a much more eloquent response, taking in their concerns and considerations, and then making sure they do end up on the other side of that lawn.
Before the core press asks you your final question, do you have any idea what you've done?
Honestly, at this point, I'm either thinking this is something to do with kicking people across a border.
Yikes!
I lost the plot after the whole.
All right, we're going to go with the no final 4 questions. Audience, let them perform. We're going to start over here with Miss Strawberry. Miss Strawberry, do you have any final questions for our interviewee?
It's Miss Barry of Nasty from High Times LA Magazine. Can you tell us will the great dessert band of Herbert J. Farnsworth Elementary ever be lifted? I was sitting on that day for a while.
Me too! That's what she said!
I say let the school be open.
Friend.
Yeah, Dr. Ben Dover here. Did you do this because you think highly of the kids?
Am I selling drugs to kids now?
You're close. We're going to go with 2 more. Go ahead. Cosmic and Rhubarb, you go to the last 2.
I'll be blunt. Desserts, and I think we were all just rolled in here with one question, which is, how do we get the weeds out of our lawn, man?
The easy way is to pull them out and put them in the brownies.
What's your guess? What are you?
I am a pot distributor.
Questions today. After this, I'm going to Steamworks Chicago Bath. So right over here, please.
This is Lana Vagina from the New York Times Magazine.
Nice to meet you, Lana Vagina. How can I fulfill your destiny?
So, do you find that, can you tell us about your lawn mowing skills at your home?
My lawn mowing skills, I was really into a lawnmower man, but the 3D was far too much. I only need 1D. I'm not that gay. Going to the next one, sir.
Sex fun to come here. Can you tell us, do you have, what is the proof that you're a good father?
You would think that there's a lot of proof, but the proof is in the pudding. I barely drowned my child in Jell-O. Next.
Oh, God, I got so many questions, like 150, 151, I don't know, whatever it takes here. Carpooling, yay or nay?
I was for it until the young one drowned in the trunk. You really shouldn't keep a pool back there. Sir, your turn.
Has anyone called Child Protective Services?
They thought that they did, but instead they called the Child Help Hotline, which is just a Nintendo service which tells you how to do A, B, up, down, select, start. Oh, I'm sorry, I do need to talk to the press corps. I believe I have one all the way in back there, sir. You're behind a first or yes, have you?
Yes, Dick Snidely here.
Nice to meet you, Dick Snidely.
I heard you like to collect the bottoms of bottles. Can you tell me what you're collecting?
Most people think I'm collecting the bottles of bottles. What I'm collecting is the bottles of bottle ships. I love bottles with ships in them because if you fill them with tequila, it's like the entire crew is drowning in a disgusting mess. Is there anyone else from the press corps? You, sir.
Yes, I heard. My name is Keith, my pasty white buttocks. I am.
Nice to meet you, Keith.
I heard about tequila. What is your favorite drink to unwind?
My favorite drink to unwind would be a glockenspiel, but wound backwards, covered in tequila, but drank out of the hat of a small French woman filled with champagne. We're going to go back over here to our correspondent.
Can you tell us in a pinch, does a large Duplo block make a good shot glass?
It only did the one time, but then I let go of my vices. Thank you very much. Next.
Phil McCracken here. Have you ever experimented pickling with your children?
I have never experimented pickling with my children, but I did experiment pickling with a cucumber. It was at a 90-degree angle. I fell over with gardening, and now I'm a male whore. Your turn, sir.
Do you prefer to keep the kids on the stoop or in the yard?
My kids are so stupid they need to stay on the stoop. Your turn, sir. That's how I feel, sir. This is not a real microphone. I'm just yelling into a prop.
We can hear you through.
This is a real microphone?
Yeah, this is a real microphone. Is this what happens when you've reproduced that much?
You would think that, but mainly you just shoot Koopas out of your vagina until they hit all of the Koopa kids, in which case you make jelly. My guess is that I am a born-again alcoholic. Trying to bring tequila into the school system? Yes, my dear.
So, my labia from Martha Stewart Living. Can you tell me, do you prefer a light or a dark mixer with your baby formula?
When it comes down to it, once you go black, you always go Pedialyte nutritional formula.
Question for you.
Yes, my friend.
What do you feel about the wage gap shrinking between males and females in society?
It was great until they kicked me out of the threesome, and now I just have to watch from a window at the gymnasium, but thank you for
It's not a good source of revenue anymore. Are you picking between buying liquor or feeding your kids?
My kids are being fed the liquor that I am purchasing and then being drank by Rhubarb the Bear, who we're not going to talk about. My dear, right behind, go ahead.
Mary A. Stripper here. I would like to know, how do you feel about your wife bringing in all of your income?
I didn't mind my wife bringing in all my income, but then I cummed in her and she was totally cool with it. I'm going to leave for the night. I'm going to guess that I am feeding my underage child alcohol. I'm a stay-at-home alcoholic. That might be one of my all-time favorites.
Case of briefcase.
She threw the briefcase down the hallway, forgetting that this was a slip and slide factory. What did you do with the briefcase, madam?
You know exactly what I did with the briefcase.
I thought I did, but maybe I was wrong. I heard it bouncing around down that hallway. Slip and slides. Half edges.
Little did he know that I had secretly coated the handle with Astroglide 2000.
And then it went right up my ass. Standing at the edge of a slip and slide, and all of a sudden, pregnant.
Well, if you weren't such a man whore, your ass wouldn't be so gaping.
She forgot the difference between the words gaping and aping. That's not a monkey noise.
All those lonely nights at the zoo when you left me at home?
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to leave you at home, but there's something you need to know. Something you need to know about me. And I think you know what it is.
Little did he know I knew about his affair with Sheila, the circus freak. I had found her beard hair all over his collar and that cheap paisley pink lipstick.
I am Sheila.
I fucked that monkey. Sheila is more of the clown man, woman, dog, monkey kind of a lemur than you will ever be. And this is her right now.
Listen, bitch.
Yes?
You can have him because I'm fucking the ringmaster.
She thought she was fucking the ringmaster, but actually it was the wedding ring I got her 2 years ago. I just didn't know how to ask her. Will you consummate? I need a drink. That's not water.
Little did he know. Little did he know that I had found the ring and I had been waiting for him to ask me. But since he hasn't, I've been cheating on him with the landlord to pay our rent.
While I was fucking the landlord last week, a wedding ring attached to my dick. So that's whatever game we were just playing. Is the case of the drunken exploding lemur.
Oh, no.
Begin!
That hits too close to home.
Speak loud enough and talk so the back of that wall can hear you.
Never saw it coming, did he?
He had access to materials, he had all the actual planning and all the adequate operations, but somehow, this lemur's everywhere.
Little did he realize it wasn't actually a lemur. It was a chimpanzee with a mutated tail. What I can't figure out is how it ended up on the ceiling.
It has 2 tongues for some reason, but they both have thumbs. I just do not understand how this could have occurred. It wasn't actually an explosion. It was doping on the exterior of the lemur. Oh. I never could get it. This scene sucks.
We move that.
I talk back and forth. You have all the control. Both of you have all. The second you step forward, the scene is totally yours. Do anything you want.
Something they were.
Anything you want.
Get down there!
Little did they know that it was a lemur homicide. And the lemur on the ground was actually alive. And the exploded lemur was his jilted lover.
But that still doesn't explain why this is covered in blood.
I used to love him!
Gasp.
Again, I just can't figure it out. What was
us know, but that it was because of renter's insurance that didn't go through. And it was the only way, that they could have saved the farm.
That bitch told me she paid her insurance.
Renter's insurance to save the farm, that is a fact. Continue the scene.
Wow. Sharecropping has had a very long history in this region, but like, shit, I'm out of this.
Sir, I'm here from the press. I have one question and one question for you only. Why is that lemur inside out? More inside out than he was 3 seconds ago?
Little did the press know, decomposition operates a little bit differently in the Midwest. The maggots will be outside first.
Because we're still learning about this just as much as you are. There's no telling now what twists and turns this case takes. You bloody door!
I worked for Fox News, so this was basically just a Tuesday. Guys, give them all a round of applause. All right, here we go. The name of your case, done by the intern who you hired last week. The mass has crashed last swinging slasher.
He was number one, Mr. Krabs.
He was. Gentlemen, bring it in. Begin.
It's a dark day at the Krusty Krab. I didn't know that Wallace Coon Krab Patty is down there, and I was the only manager there, because Mr. Krabs is actually jerking off in his office right now. Then we noticed an intern. I've never seen this guy before, but let's give it a shot. You want to see the new intern?
Did you see my job application?
Are you sure it's not the one covered in mustard?
That actually wasn't mustard.
Yes, it was.
Then what the fuck was it?
It actually happened to be just a really gross line that we got from Mr. Krabs back in the back room.
Best of luck, fucko.
Oh, I knew what it was. It was actually some jizz that Mr. Krabs always keeps in this little locker. Every time you melt it down, it just never stops coming! You don't get a signature on this!
Mayonnaise is an instrument.
Mr. Patrick!
It's got an odd smell to it.
I can see that, but is it really? It smells like, oh God, it's a pearl.
Too soon.
Tartar sauce!
You should have said fish paste. Well, let him go this time.
That must be... I thought it was legend. Is it the mash singing, passion kinging? My spit is acid.
I'm drunk too. All right, so, scenes from a hat. Scenes from a hat. Remember, once again, you don't want to just say what you are referring to. You want to act it out. Scenes from a hat. What would make the devil sigh on the day of your death?
Me.
My dear?
Knowing that despite me being a devilish vixen, I was truly an angel.
Bullshit. Scenes from a hat. What happened to you on the day you died?
God damn it, she's mine.
Scenes from a hat. Day of your death.
Hey, did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Scenes from a hat. What did the devil say on the day of your death? Go ahead.
You really fucked up Game of Thrones, didn't you?
Scenes Scenes from the hat. What does the devil say on the day of your death? Go ahead.
Yeah, you couldn't drink all that Jack Daniels.
Scenes from the hat. What did the devil say on the day of your death?
This is what made the Antichrist a furry?
Go ahead.
All the feels, huh? And you spent all that time with the other guys singing about horsecock.
Next topic, scenes from a hat. An electrician having his worst day at work. Scenes from a hat, an electrician having his worst day at work. Go ahead, my friend.
I'm sure I could just put this wire and hold it in my mouth.
An electrician having his worst day at work. Go ahead, my friend.
I'm sorry, but there's water coming out of this fuck.
This is just how I kill all my panelists. An electrician having his worst day at work. Go ahead, audience.
That's not how electrostim works.
Go ahead.
How did all this jizz get in the outlets?
Wow. An electrician having his worst day at work.
Why do they keep drilling all these damn glory holes?
Electrician having his worst day at work.
Ma'am, I found your kid.
Electrician having his worst day at work.
Ding dong. Holy shit, why are you a furry?
Audience, electrician having his worst day at work.
I'm sober enough, I'll just put this here.
Let's be honest, that's my best day at work. Worst day at work, electrician, go.
Derided not preparing for that.
You just described every panel I've ever done.
Electrician, worst day at work, go.
Oh God, there's no ground.
Electrician's worst day at work, go.
This looks like spaghetti. What do I do next?
That's every day an electrician's day at work. Worst day at work, right here in the middle, go.
Man, your pet's dead, but hey, I became a Chinese stir fry.
Oh my God.
Best day at work, go. Worst day at work, go.
Fuck it, my dick can fit in that.
Go.
Why am I Amish?
Go.
Oh, I see the problem. Hand me that fork.
Go.
Okay, why are all the bomb techs out today? Okay, fuck.
Go.
Let's just plug everything and see what works.
Strawberry, go.
If you're happy and you know it, lick a lark.
Go. Final, one more from the audience. Go ahead, my friend.
Which one do I cut? They're all red.
Hold on, everyone, bring it in for just a moment. Bring them in for just a moment. You first. Go ahead again.
Which wire do I cut? They're all red.
God damn it. All the way in the back. Go ahead.
It's only a little bit of fire. You can put that out. Always use water on an electrical fire. Right?
Last one. Go ahead, my dear.
And this is Nancy?
I love that episode. All right. Last one for scene. Guys, we need the song. Ba-da-ba! 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 It's not the song. Ba-da-ba! I'm making it up. Ba-da-ba!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Drunk Wolverine. Welcome to the dating game. Hey, Lord, how you doing today? And how are you today?
I am doing just great, Miss Lori.
Why don't you tell our audience at home your name?
Hi, audience at home. My name's Samira, and I like to have fun.
Thank you. Three lovely bachelors for you, and you've already, your plan is you're gonna go on a date with them. So, let's start with bachelor number one. Tell us, Samira, what is your question for bachelor number one?
Bachelor number one, I like to choke people, but not in a kinky way, just to establish dominance. How does that make you feel?
What? What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What? Sound doesn't travel that well.
Thank you, Bachelor number one. Would you like to ask the question to Bachelor number two, or is there one question?
Bachelor number one. I'm a little worried about how loud I'm gonna have to talk to him. I like yelling.
What?
I like yelling a lot. Now, Bachelor number two, I have been known to experiment with the gender of my partners, and maybe with other sexual cases. How do you like that?
Who the fuck is she talking to?
I consider myself pretty sexually progressive. I like to dismember people.
Well, thank you, Bachelor number two.
I'd like to keep my member, please.
Bachelor number two, we're gonna have a real great time later. Bachelor number three, I've been known to read many dark romance books, and my favorite is the non-biography of Jack the Ripper. What's your favorite book?
Bachelor number three.
My favorite book is Out of Position by Kyle Dole.
Well, Samara, that is, what do you think about that?
You know, I've read quite a lot. I'm an avid reader, and I'm not sure if that comes in audiobook format.
Well, this has been interesting. So tell us, Samara. Just tell us. I got nothing.
How many rounds are we doing?
I think let's stick with one.
Oh, excellent.
Because this is kind of insane. So tell us. Wait. Yeah, just tell us.
Bachelor number one.
What?
He's either just deaf or has been shooting far too many guns recently.
Sound doesn't travel well up here. Say it again.
Oh, is he up on Mount Everest?
No.
Oh, is he in space?
Bitch, sound travels well on Everest.
He's in space.
He's in space, that's the answer, guys.
What?
Tell us. Samira, what do you think about Bachelor number two?
Bachelor number two. Oh, Bachelor number two. I do have one more question for you.
Ooh.
If that is okay.
Absolutely.
What is your weapon of choice for dismemberment?
Oh my, let's make this nice.
I like to use a spoon.
Well, he likes to use a spoon, Samira. What do you think about that?
Now, while I am more of a death by teacup fan myself.
Oh my.
I really hope other people got that reference.
Same.
I would like to say that you've flown a little too far over the cuckoo's nest.
That's a reference to a movie I watched.
Is it one flew
You hurt me. Are you a serial killer?
Yeah!
What kind of serial killer?
Stop it!
Clearly. No,
It's the literal words.
I mean, if it's the song by Jello, I know exactly what Snap, Crackle, and Pop are gonna do. I take it back, their name's now Green Jelly. I'm sorry. Copyright infringement.
Copyright, schmopyright. So tell us about Bachelor
My
number
CD says
3.
Jello.
Bachelor number 3, I
Because
got
at this point, I fucking forgot.
Bachelor number 3, I wish I could get to know you better, but I think we're gonna be estranged lovers. I really have no idea what you want.
I don't either.
I have no clue.
Would you like to ask me one more question?
Yeah.
What was your answer to the first one again? Sorry, I've laughed too much.
What was the first question?
The first question was what Lucy likes.
And I said out of position, like I don't go.
Okay, Bachelor number 3. I've been known to try out yoga and Pilates and generally just twisting people into pretzels. What do you like to do on your free time?
I like to send people messages on FA that say, hi.
Are you my last commissioner? I told you not to contact me ever.
But you still owe me!
God. This is too real! This is too real!
All right, here come the guesses. My dear, what is Bachelor number 1?
Is he an astronaut?
Close. In space, yes. No, that's number 2.
What?
Number 2, I'm really hoping is a person who's unsatisfied with the brands of breakfast cereal currently out and has decided to become a serial killer himself.
Number 3.
I'm not sure, but really you do sound like a couple of my commissioners.
Can I give a hint?
Absolutely.
I noticed your bolty wilty.
And you got those pouches on you. Ooh, you're so warm. Ooh. No, you are that, and pardon my French, you are that cringy ass furry who sends one-word messages and cannot finish a fucking conversation.
Close enough.
I was new to the furry fandom, and still kind of awkward, but I have it on very good authority that Buddy is going to be my friend.
Guys, let's give our performers a round of applause! Everyone come here. Guys, we're going to play a very strange game. Would you indulge me for less than 1 minute?
I think you want to go to Fox and Peppers.
We're going for music.
I
We're
would
about to
think
begin
so.
number between
Make sure to take one.
Shoot. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you gotta see this thing.
There you go.
They're figuring out who's top of the box.
They're all boss. No, we all know. One of them, one side. It's not 1 and 3.
No, that's it.
Wow.
Or you are 4.
One,
So you
two,
are how
I
many
mean,
percent?
one,
You're
two.
1. You are 3. You are 4. No, 1, 3, or 4.
I'll take Alkali
1 and 5. 1, 2, 3. I am 2. You are 5. All right. I need a volunteer from the audience really quick. You are my volunteer because I need somebody sitting right in front of me. We are about to play a game called Counting English. We all just threw out our hands a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. The only time somebody got to keep the number is if they were the only person throwing it. Who got number 1? Who got number 2? Who got number 3? Who got number 4? Who got number 5? We are about to have a conversation starting with person number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. We are going to portray a scene. However, you may only ever speak in the amount of words that you have fingers. You may only speak in one-word sentences. I am two-word sentences. Three. Three-word sentences, four-word sentences, five-word sentences. You may not speak unless you have the proper amount of words. I am two. What I need from you, could you get from the audience what we need to do? Where did we go to solve world hunger? Where did we go to solve world hunger?
White Library Convention.
Cemetery! The cemetery! Wrong pedal!
Alright, here we go. Where are we that we went to solve world hunger?
The cemetery.
We went to the cemetery to solve world hunger. 5 words, you're going to start it. Everyone ready? World hunger. Counting words. Go!
Hey, how's that corpse taste?
Yeah.
What's this?
It's a motherfucking corpse!
Tastes like chicken.
You gonna eat that?
I might.
Why the fuck not, bitch?
I was just asking.
Anyone hungry?
No.
Motherfucker, I'm always hungry.
The fuck?
I'll get some silverware.
Good call.
Add brown gravy.
Wait! This one's fresh meat.
Mine now.
I found paper plates.
Where?
More plates?
Plates, knives, and forks.
Cutlery now?
Yes, we'll need them.
Paper is bad for environment.
So?
I'll go get China.
Mustard potato salad?
Just jump in the grave!
Okay.
My dinner!
I brought good China.
Wait, he's not dead, bitch!
We can fix that.
I'm with him! Let's kill him!
I'm alive!
Not for long, bitch!
You're not alive.
Ass.
Scene.
See? Yes! Absolutely, my dear.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Whose Line Is It Anyways? Let me hear some noise for Rhubarb the Bear! Thanks for a second line.
Your face.
11 o'clock tomorrow night. Pajamas and alcohol. Come fucking join us.
Doing it!
Right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, alcohol! And I'm the one, the only Mr. Strawberry. Thank you!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to join us, we're going to go over to the Fox and Pepper Show. This has been an absolute pleasure. You have taught me a lot about this fandom, and you've shown me what we're going to do next year. If you want to be in this panel next year, show up again. You guys showed me what we're doing.